On guard! Forward! March! Honor guard, halt. Ready, face.
Begin with the pledge. I pledge allegiance
Present, halt.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, halt.
Thank you. At this time, the Honor Guard would like to invite any vets that are here that would like to stand and fall in behind the Honor Guard to come up at this time. You're welcome to do that. I'd like to ask Chaplain Bill Welch to come up for the opening prayer.
There's enough people talking today. I'd like just a short prayer. Uncover, please. With the exception of my color guard. Lord, bless us all on this fine day. Bless all the good people who saw it to donate to the replacement of our memorials here. And God bless us one and all. Can I get an amen? Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Bill. I'm Mayor Tim Balderman of the Village of New Lenox, and I want to thank all of you for being out here today. This is a day to celebrate. As you all know, our sacred ground here, our memorial, was damaged a while back. And it was very refreshing to see that after that brief moment of anger, what happened was a community came together. And not just a community of New Lenox. There were people from around the country that made donations to restore not only the memorial the way that it was, to something even greater. As you have an opportunity to look around after today's events, you'll see that the monuments have been replaced, but we've added so much more. I can't think of anything that's more important than honoring those that have served our country, that serve our country, and that have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. We live in the United States of America, the greatest country in the world, where we are free to voice our opinions, to criticize our government, to stand up and have our voices be heard. And that is only because of the sacrifices that have been made by those who have served. Anytime I speak when it comes to a veterans event, I also like to say thank you to the families of those who have served. It's difficult to watch your loved ones go off, whether it be peacetime or wartime, not knowing whether they'll come home, knowing the stress that they're under. And so to all the mothers and fathers and grandparents and brothers and sisters and children, thank you for the support that you give your loved ones, because without that, they would not be able to faithfully serve our country the way that they have. At this time, I'd like to ask Congressman Bill Foster to step up. Thank you.
Hello, and thank you all for inviting me to join you this morning. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Congressman Bill Foster. I'm a scientist and a businessman, and it's my honor to represent the Illinois 11th Congressional District in Washington, D.C. When I heard about the vandalism of the new Lenox Veterans Memorial, I was shocked and saddened like all of you. It was disheartening to see such disrespect for those who have put their lives on the line in service of our country. But as disappointing as this act of vandalism was, it was quickly overshadowed by the outpouring of support from the community that followed. Not only did the community replace the damaged monuments, but with expansions and additions because of the excess funds, the memorial looks even better than it did before. I'm proud to represent a community like the Village of New Lenox and to be here today to see the results of your efforts and to rally around our veterans and make sure that they know that their sacrifices will never be forgotten. Service has always been a core American value, and the men and women who volunteer to serve in our nation's armed forces and to offer to lay down their lives for our country make sacrifices that those of us in the civilian world cannot imagine. Some of our veterans still suffer the mental and physical scars inflicted during their service, and I am committed to making sure that the Veterans Administration and other government entities provide them with the high-quality care that they've earned and that they deserve. I've had the privilege of meeting many veterans during my time touring around the 11th District, but each time I am struck by the humility that they display when talking about their service. Thanking our veterans is something that we don't always get right in this country. I grew up during the Vietnam War, and during that time, we often got confused between the frustration over that conduct of that war and the reasons for that war, and the absolute need to honor the service of our veterans and to do right by them. So monuments like the one that we are rededicating today show that our community honors and appreciates the sacrifices of our veterans and that they will never be forgotten. I'd like to thank VFW Post 9545 for taking the lead on the restoration project, as well as its partners in the Village of New Lenox and the greater community. And I'd like to thank all of the veterans here for their bravery and their dedication to our country. Thank you all.
Thank you, Congressman. This time, it's my honor to introduce Senator Michael Hastings of the 19th District, a veteran himself. Senator?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Senator Mike Hastings. I proudly represent New Lenox. My district goes all the way out to Markham and Matteson, close to 250,000 people. It's an unbelievable district, and I'm proud to serve it. I'm proud that I can say this to my brothers and sisters at arms that stand behind me in the crowd today. Hooah! There we go. And for the Marines, so I served in Iraq, Iran, and Syria as part of the 1st Infantry Division. I came home in 2007, and I can tell you that there's one thing that I know about veterans, whether you're in and you're out, we stick together. And we have to stick together. We have to take care of each other. And when I heard about this monument getting kicked down by a bunch of vandals, I thought to myself, what are we going to do? What's the community going to do? What's the veteran community going to do? And you may kick us, you may punch us, you may knock us down, but there's one thing that's true is we're going to get back up and we're going to continue fighting. And that's what this memorial is about. You may knock us down, you may not agree with the military, whatever it is, but I can tell you, we'll get back to work and we'll rebuild and we'll fight back. And that's why I'm so proud of today. I'm so proud of our men and women that serve, our families, our veterans that are out there today. If you're a disabled veteran today, as of last Tuesday, we passed in Illinois the most sweeping, comprehensive disabled veteran legislation in the entire country. And it has to do with your, that's great, you can clap about it. If you make an improvement to your home, it doesn't increase your assessed value. If you're a disabled veteran by the VA, you get reductions in your assessed value. If you're 100% disabled, you don't get taxed. I think that's a great thing for disabled veterans. I'll finish because I don't like political speeches either. But I'm proud to represent you. My office is right here in the Village Hall. We have one in Matson. Our doors are always open to you. And in the honor of the 1st Infantry Division, there is no mission too difficult and there is no sacrifice too great. Duty first. Hooah.
Thank you, Senator. I don't know if Commander Paul Barclay was able to make it here today, but I want to say thank you for all of his. Is the commander here? He's here. All right. Commander, thank you. Thank you for being here. Speaking on behalf of the VFW post, John Forsythe. John.
This was kind of a last-minute job for me, so this is a little bit off the cuff. But I would like to say thank you to the men and women who actually physically did work here. It is a fantastic final showing of military and the flowers and the new sidewalks, and I'd like to hear a round of applause for all the guys that really did the work out here. And also, you can't say it enough about the donations that were received at the VFW that poured in over the months and helped accumulate enough money to be able to complete what we see here today. It was overwhelming and a total surprise to a point, but then a huge thank you and to all the people that did donate in the village. And backing up just a little bit, with that being said, with the monies and that, another thank you goes out to the city fathers, the trustees, the mayor himself. We sat down, we got ideas together, we didn't hesitate, we knew what needed to be done, we had the monies to do it, and we got it done. And with that, I'd like to say thank you very much to the mayor and the trustees and the Public Works Department, all the time and effort that they put in here. One of the subjects that's close to my heart that you hear about on occasion is when somebody says, I get choked up. Freedom is not free. Today we stand at a location that represents the things that were paid for. These monuments are on our left of the Purple Hearts, people that shed blood on the battlefields. Monument over here to the south represents the men and women that sacrificed their lives and commitment to this country. So when you hear somebody say, yeah, you hear that slogan all the time, freedom is not free, but what's it really mean? Bring them over here, have them take a look, show them what it is that was sacrificed for that freedom that is free today, why we are sitting here, standing here today, enjoying the new monuments that we have in town today. It's a wonderful thing, and it can become overpowering, and I thank you all for coming out today.
Thank you, John. Before we conclude with the 21-gun salute, I would like to also say thank you to our honored guests that are up here. State Representative Anthony DeLuca is here. He represents a portion of New Lenox. Thank you, Representative. From State Representative Margot McDermott's office, Kathy Hilton. Thank you, Kathy, for being here. Our Will County Representatives, Ray Tuminello and Tom Weigel. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. None of this goes off without a lot of hard work, and as John mentioned, our committee, which consisted of myself and John and members of the American Legion and VFW, Brian Williams, our Public Works Director, and Trustee Dave Butterfield, we were happy to be able to present this, but there was a lot of work that was done. Public Works Department did a tremendous job. They really did. We appreciate all of that. My assistant, Sonia Little, and Debbie Nick for their work, And Seal Barclay is here, and she did a lot of work as well. She made sure that we were on top of things. So to all of them that made today possible, thank you very much. Truly appreciate that. After the 21-gun salute, as you all know, I'm sure, taps is played. One of the additions to this wonderful memorial here is the recording of taps that will be played at sunset every single day, 365 days a year without fail. And so that's the system that you'll hear after the 21-gun salute. So we're honored to have that be a part of this sacred ground. Also, when we conclude, please feel free to join us over at the police department for some cake and coffee. And after that, the VFW is hosting a free luncheon with some sloppy joes and whatnot, so thank you to them. So a big thank you to the VFW, the American Legion. We appreciate everything that our veterans do for us in this community. For all of you that took the time out from your busy lives to be here to say thank you, we appreciate that. We really do. This is the home of proud Americans, and we thank you for being a part of it. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Honor guard, attention, who? Present, halt. Order, halt. Honor guard, center, face. Honor guard, retire. Honor guard, dismissed.
Thank you again for coming out. Thank you, veterans, for all of your service. Truly appreciate it. And again, please join us for refreshments donated by Fleckenstein's Bakery over at the police department. God bless you. Have a great weekend. Thank you.